guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss body image. I think this is something that affects all of us, and especially now with social media, because before the way it worked is you saw the models or you saw the girls that looked amazing on magazines or TV. You didn't have it in your hand 24/7. But now having Instagram or having your phone, you can access these things constantly, and it's just in your face, looking at these perfectly curated, beautiful pictures that everybody looks fabulous. They have the best skin, best hair, best bodies, and it just makes you feel like, why do I not look like that? Many of you messaged me and were saying, what's your secret? What's your diet and nutrition? What's your workout routines? Like, what is it? Tell us how you have the perfect body. First of all, thank you so much for that. Secondly, I can tell you for free that I do not have the perfect body. Nobody has the perfect body, and we're all far from that. And that's okay, because I've worked in the fashion industry for about 20 years now. I've seen so many body shapes come and go, so many trends come and go, and I've learned over the years that you've got to embrace and accept how and who you are and what you look like. You can't be feeling the peer pressure and following trends and altering yourself, because some of those alterations are irreversible. So I come from an Afghan background, and in our culture, it's all about being fair-skinned and also being a little bit more fuller and curvier. So growing up, my grandmothers, both of them, and it comes from a place of love, I know, but they always would say to me, oh, I wish you gained a little bit of weight. I wish you were just a little bit bigger. You'd look so much better. You'll be so beautiful. And I've always been like this. I've always been very petite. I'm average height. I'm 5'7", but I'm very small boned, as you guys can see from my shoulders, like wrist, everything. I'm very, very petite. Since a young age, I was told, you're so skinny, you should gain. You're so skinny, you should gain. And then until I hit puberty, I didn't have my hips, so I didn't have a bust. So I was at school, and kids are cruel. They're mean. They pick at you. So there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't get called a twig, anorexic, matchstick, you name it. All the things that they can think of to associate with someone being skinny, I got called that. So for years, I'd wear really baggy things and like cover my midriff and waist, because I was so paranoid about being so small. And then when I started modeling, although I was okay for the mainstream market, when I did the Asian shoots, the sample sizes for the Asian designers, for some reason, is like a size 10, 12. I was always very small for the samples as well. So even when I shot for the Asian brands, I would be the smallest girl, or I would always be like, oh, she's so tiny, we need to clip her. So even as a model, I still felt weary of my body shape, until I started working more on the mainstream and realized that I was the standard normal sample size. So I wasn't too small, I wasn't too big for my industry. But all those years, I've always felt like I was made to feel like I was very small. So that's something that I always got picked on, and I was paranoid. And I think people don't realize that skinny shaming is also a thing. And I know that I've had people message me who also struggle with gaining weight, and people feel like it's okay to point someone's skinniness out. I don't understand how that's okay if it's weight we're discussing. Either way, it's wrong, be it someone being underweight or overweight. There's so many times that I've been told, oh girl, you should eat a burger, you're so skinny. But I'm sure that if an overweight person was in the room, there is no way someone would feel comfortable saying, you really shouldn't eat that burger, or you should put that burger down because you're overweight. Like, that would be so offensive. But then when it comes to people who are skinny, people feel like it's okay to say that. Seeing so many body shapes come and go, so many trends come and go. If we look back in time, if you look at the flapper days, like the 1920s, it was trendy for women to look boyish. So they would wear all the tassel dresses of the 1920s was to cover your chest and to make you look less busty. And then if you fast forward to the 1950s, and you have people, or the 60s, where you have people like Sophia Loren, you have Brigitte Bardot, you've got Marilyn Monroe, who are curvaceous, sexy women with like size 14, 16, you know, voluptuous, beautiful women. And that was the trend. And then if you fast forward to the 1980s, which was the supermodel era, all those supermodels were very fit, very lean, very athletic, strong, tall, big women, and they were beautiful. And that was the trend. And then Kate Moss came about, and she changed the look of the fashion industry, and he went to the waif look, which is the very skinny, very plain, sort of messy hair. And then now we're in the Kardashian era, but even this with the Kardashian era is all about having a big booty and just being very, very curvaceous. But again, this is also a trend, and how long will this last? If you look at social media now and you see what's trending or the body shapes that are now emerging, it's more about athletic, lean, yogi kind of body type. So there's slight shift in what's perceived as beautiful. So it's important to remember that if you feel the pressure to go and change yourself or follow trends, if you want to go and alter the way you look, your body or your face, it has to be to do with you feeling not confident about that, and it's something that you've thought about for a long time. And you know that if you change that, it'll really boost your confidence and make you feel good about yourself, not because of other people and not because of trends on Instagram. Because unfortunately, everybody's beginning to look the same now. I don't know if it's just me or you guys are noticing, but there's definitely an Insta look, and a lot of girls look like that. And if you feel the need to change yourself to look like that, then you're just doing it for an app. Like, you've got to be conscious of that. It has to come from you. It has to be not because of the pressures that you feel, but because of something that genuinely will make you happy. You shouldn't just follow trends, because what will happen in 5 years' time when this body shape or this face shape, even, like, I'm sure you guys remember the thin brow days. Like, when I look back at those pictures, I think, what the hell was I thinking? But at that time, it was trendy. But just lucky with brows, you can grow them back. But if you do something that's irreversible, then you're gonna regret that when this body shape isn't in fashion anymore. Yeah, I remember someone purchased a dress once that she saw me modeling on a website, and she messaged me saying that I ordered this, I've tried it on, and I don't look like you in that picture, and I feel really bad about myself. And it was so sad for me to hear that, because to be honest, what I told her was, if I had that dress right now, I wouldn't look like my picture, and I am the girl in the picture. It takes a team of people to make us look like we do. Those pictures are to sell that product. So they're going to make the dress and the model look perfect. We have from hair to professional hair and makeup artists, to someone who's there to oil our legs and our skin so we're glowy and shiny, to wind machines and perfect lighting, professional cameras and photographers. And even despite all of this, if there's anything out of place, like one single hair strand, that will be retouched on post-production and on Photoshop. So by the time it goes out to the consumer, the image's been thoroughly perfected. And you can't compare your real, beautiful, natural, everyday self to a very curated, perfect image. So even when I am that girl in those pictures, I wouldn't look like that. If you are feeling the pressures of wanting to look like the pictures that you see, or wanting to look like the girls on Instagram, first of all, even the girls on Instagram don't look like the girls on Instagram. Like I said, I don't look like my shoots. The way they make us look, there's a team of people for it to look like that. And same with Instagram. When we take pictures, there's lighting, there's editing, there is, things are made to look perfect. I've realized that now, as I'm older, this is just how my body shape is. This is just who I am, and I've got to embrace and accept it. So now, looking at trends or looking at pictures, it really, first of all, I know what goes behind the scenes of every image, and that's not nobody's reality. And secondly, it's very temporary, and this is how I am. I will always be very petite, and I've accepted that. I've got to embrace and love myself for what and who I am. And with that comes across. When you feel good about yourself, you look good, your confidence is up, and it's not about what other people think, it's about what you think. All of it again comes down to self-love, but I understand that when you have so many perfect images around you all the time, it's not easy to accept that and to be like, oh no, I'm fabulous as I am, whereas everybody else is looking a certain way. Like, there's a trend in the way people look. From someone who's been in the magazines, I know that people always say, oh, I want to look like the girls in the magazines, or I don't look like the girls in the magazines. But with me, like, I am that girl in the magazines, and I don't always feel good about myself, and I don't always think I'm fabulous. We're all human, we all have our insecurities. It's all about embracing those differences, understanding and loving your imperfections, because those are the things that make you different and unique. You don't want to be looking like everyone else. Just embrace what you have, love yourself, and I really hope that this has helped you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Mwah.